Hello guys, boys and girls, welcome back to In Hindsight. And welcome back to regular uploads. Hell yeah, alright. So first of all, let me just explain to you what has happened the past few days. So my PC has been absolutely garbage, the one I built myself. So I had to do update BIOS and do a fresh Windows install. It's working now though, so that's awesome. Got the light fixed in the room, so the lighting should be a bit better. Got a good mic now. Pretty much everything is fixed in this room, so that's awesome. Then the very neat thing happened is that American internet hit us super hard, so we haven't been able to play Smite because we get 15 to 20% packet loss, and we have like 0.5 upload speed. So basically, I just haven't been able to upload, but that's gonna change now. I was like, all right, well, what can I do if I can't play? At least I can watch back our games, and I'll try and go over that. So in hindsight, this season is going to be a bit different unless I can actually go to the studios and do it and hopefully go there. I'll try and talk with them what the possibilities for that would be. But I don't actually have the demo file since they played on LAN, and that's like a local server, so I can't access them. So we'll have to do it from the overtop view. So more so where the other In Hindsight episodes was very focused on my play, I guess this whole In Hindsight is going to be more about as a team play, which is also a nice difference, whereas the other one has been super focused on the support play, like what did I do right, what did I do wrong, this maybe more as a team and look at the team effort, while we will be focusing on me in particular. That should hopefully help a bit. So let's just kind of dive straight into it. This is the first game of SPL Season 6. We're playing SK. And this is going to be game 1, week 1. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I may have just been recording, but when you guys saw me hit that space bar, that's also the record and record off button. So yeah, basically I ended the recording, so I kind of ended up watching the game, but I'll just watch it again and record it this time. Anyway, in hindsight, let's talk a bit about the comps right here. So we're going to have Fafnir, Morrigan, Bagasura, Terra, and Hachik, and this is going to be more like the overall rather than towards like me in particular. So you can see what they're doing right now. I'll talk about the comps in a bit. Is they're invading speed at L1. The whole point of this invade right now by SK is to delay our mid laner, delay our jungler like adapting and Zeros. They kind of mess it up pretty hard here though, and we actually end up getting the first blood out of it, which is going to be a very big detriment for them. If they force out adapting there and they just like kind of chill, wait for cooldowns, that definitely might have been way worse for us. But I mean, it kind of is what it is, I guess. They can't really account for that. Anyway, Nirma is just following adapting, and I think this is kind of a mistake. Because as you guys saw, like we went to that pink, we couldn't go to red because Sam was doing that. And Numa dashes in, don't know why we hit the hammer. He's gonna die later. This right here is a really big mistake by me. I know Sam did the red buff, so I should not have went in there. I kind of just gave them a free kill for no reason. They would have gotten that red buff regardless, so there's no real point in me trying to do it. I think the best thing we could have done there was like try and sneak our own purple buff and then just run out, try and mitigate the risk. We got that purple buff, remember. This is also like Merlin and King Arthur isn't in, like obviously XP changes haven't kicked in either, so it's definitely, it's a different meta, I guess you can say. So anyway, I think they've kind of fucked up pretty hard, SK. As you guys can see, the main point is just to delay speed, not to die, so that actually kind of recouped the losses, like all losses from that engage. But you can see that they have a bit of an XP lead in mid right now. Obviously I'm ahead of Neil Marcus. He's just running around in the jungle, kind of leeching wherever he is. But the thing I want to talk about with the comps is our comp totally like revolves around diving, grouping up as 5, and then just diving the Vulcan. It's going to be hard to kill the Jingwei, but we can put Jingwei in a spot where she won't really be able to do anything. We want the Morrigan to engage our fights on the Vulcan, and from there on we can just dive the Vulcan. So that's how we win this game if we group up. What we don't want to do is we don't want to take like weird fights around solo, and we don't want to take too weird fights around a duo either. We can win the fights if we get the engage and Morrigan manages to out-rotate, but we're definitely the strongest in our core and in our 5v5 fights. So late game, we're heavily in our favor as well. Morrigan does really well, Fafnir is really good, Terra, we have 2 Guardians, whereas Archie doesn't rank that high. We actually managed to get that purple buff right here. And I think I managed to get out as well. So that's a really big win for us right there. Because SK, even though they lost those or dropped those 2 first kills, they actually have a bit of an advantage right now when it comes to map pressure. Adapting is leeching the wave right here, which I don't like it too much. I guess adapting is actually like he's pretty even. He's just trying to stay even in farm as well. I guess to his defense, like it's that of backing, and whereas backing is probably not gonna gain him too much because he just backed already. He's just wanna secure buffs, right? Because he needs to be around the red buff anyway. So I guess it's not too bad. But yeah, it's kind of chill. I'm thinking of getting a shadow box right here. It's like a frame for my jersey, my energy jersey. I got signed by everyone last year. That's gonna be sick once I get that. Anyway, back into the game. Blair, like they're going for the blue invades. That's kind of how they win this game, I guess. And it's our mistake that we're not here for this blue invade right now. We should try and make sure that Deathwalker gets his blue buff, because that's the best thing they can do right now is try and snowball through solo and just make sure that Belair can like out rotate Deathwalker and kind of. We can't really kill Belair, so if he gets really big and he gets in a spot where he can actually fight back adapting, that's going to be really bad for us, because then you'll have complete control of our back camps. So that's their way into this game, because they kind of fucked up the low one. Obviously they want to snowball that and keep invading speeds, but now they're invading the blue buff, which is a bit safer. Neilma is going to be there every time. I think that's our mistake there for not being there. Do we win that fight? No, not really, but I don't think we die either, so we might as well just try and out-secure them. I probably should have been there. Relic wise, I have speed. I have boots, not boots. I have sprint, and they're horrific. I'm mentally out right now. So that's definitely in my favor. That we have that sprint. This is after horrific nerf as well, so horrific isn't that impactful either. So right now there's not too much happening. I think the main contestation points right now, you can see the blue buff gets pinged out. So it's like all side buffs are at risk, and then we want to try and see if we can maintain farm. But right now, Deathwalker actually messes up the little Terra trick right there, which kind of sucks because then he can get to clear the wave. So yeah, just chilling here. He's just kind of smacking their wave. They get the totems, which is kind of rough for us. Totems really good. They were so healthy back then though, but we actually managed to get the mid camps here, at least one of them. You can see him just kind of punching Neilma in the face right there. I'm not in too big of a risk of dying. The only way I die is if they get like the perfect CC lock, especially because they only have Book of Tough and like they don't even have full boots on Raven. Sap almost gets soloed here by Vote. This is actually really nice by Vote. Perfect AA cancel. Gets out with like a few hits right there. That's super unfortunate. That's really good starting with Sap. So this is the blue fight right here. Gonna go on Neilma. We get a really, really good Terra ult right here. I'm gonna jump in and miss everything on Neilma, which is super bad. But this actually gives adapting, while Belair is in there, adapting sees an opening because he jumps in to go on to Neilma. And we're actually gonna end up getting this kill right here. Easter minion as well, super nice play. This is what I talked about with Morgan out-rotating, by the way. This means we're gonna be able to kill Belair here as well. So there we go. Bam. Win that fight. That was really good. We got the engage, we got the out-rotation by Morgan. I guess we got lucky to an extent, I guess you can say, that we actually managed to get that. Zeros almost gets the stun through the wall right here. That would have been pretty sick. Doesn't happen though. So we're in a good spot right now. Like, we defended our blue. Vote is getting super pressured right now by Sap, just because he's been able to put pressure on and like make Vote lose minions. So that's one thing we have to worry about right now, is just kind of help out Vote. So let's see. Getting myself some lovely NA water. Basically Diet Coke, but it is water. But Diet Coke is kind of NA water. Mid camp's up right here. All the neutral farm is up. Neutral farm is like obviously super important, but it was less important in this iteration before the XP changes. Neilma doing a really good play here, blocking the hammer, getting in front of that. And make sure they get both. Oracle's also up. The reason why I'm saying that neutral farm is less viable, or like not viable but less important, is because that invading camps actually gives you the full XP, whereas it doesn't in the current patch we're playing on right now. So it's probably more worth it to invade a back camp than secure mid camps. They get a red buff here. They just manage to out-rotate us with the pressure Sap has. He actually gives up a wave to get that red buff. So they get the red. They're just kind of owing our jungle right now, which is a bit problematic for us. We need to come up with some kind of counter to that. The main reason why we can't defend right now, though, is because Morgan's ult is down. So that puts us at such a big inherent disadvantage in the fights, because we need Morgan to engage. And at these early levels, we will probably out-trade them when Morgan has her ult up in the core, but when Morgan ult is down, we actually don't win that trade. So SK just realizing that Morgan won't have ult for that red buff, and we decide not to defend it, because we can't really win that fight realistically with Sap being there and Vote having to get that farm. So you can see they're playing super aggressive all around the map right now with the knowledge that Morgan doesn't have ult. So they go for this red buff or blue buff as well. We could have defended this, but I think it's fine giving it up. Like we're probably a bit behind. Are we even behind XP wise? We're a bit behind XP wise right now. Gold wise it's pretty even though. Right here though, Morgan's ult come up again, and this is how we win these fights. We just go on Paul. You can see Zeros and I manage to get the stun. We just get the engage right there, and then after that we go Nirma and we get the double kill. So that's what happens when Morgan has an ult up. We just absolutely run over them. So that was super good for us. So we get the double pick. We gave up 2 buffs, but we actually managed to get 2 picks of that. So that kind of brings it way back in our favor. We'll also probably manage to get the speed of this. I think adapting. Oh, he doesn't go for it. But we still check the buffs. We're gonna get neutral farm. So. Oh well, that puts us in a really good spot. So that's just us knowing when to take our fights, I guess, more so, which is one thing we did really well this game, is we managed to actually give up stuff when we needed to, realizing we are stronger, or the strongest when Morgan can engage, preferably adapting and I are going to be around as well, and we just managed to collapse on them right there. I think that outcome would have been the same whether Ravana was there or not, just because we are so super strong. Rise and threat protection, Windows antivirus found threats, get details. That's not good. God, I'm getting hacked. Maybe that's why my PC hasn't been working. Anyway, they managed to actually get a red buff again. Morgan ult is down again, so we actually decide not to defend that. Yeah, I have to fix that virus threat protection. God damn it. Maybe they found my my Smite game folder. all my secret hacks. Imagine. Imagine in a world where you'd install a hack and then it's actually a troll, so like you get fucked by the hack. I think not a lot of people hack and Smite though. It's like Hidden Toast in EU right now that we know of, but that's kind of it. He's gotten banned though, which is really good. But I mean, I don't think there's any way like a pro player could ever get away with hacking. Yeah, but that's kind of off at a different topic. That's just me talking about antivirus trolling with my folder. And before it's not troll, and I've had the maybe it's my spam live macro, which I don't have anymore. That would be rough. Anyway, back to the game. Enough about that. You definitely can't get away with it though. It's like that CS player in India, man. That was the most troll thing ever. When he like put in the wall hack or something and the admin saw it, and then he like or like pulled out the USB key. Fucking hell. Anyway, back into the game. Morgan's ult is going to be coming up again now, so we can actually look to defend our next set of buffs. We're in a really good spot right now. As you guys can see, I'm getting my Phoebes up and running. It's really good for us. Morgan obviously has her Book of Tags tough running, so we don't really need to fight right now if we don't want to, but we can definitely defend, which I think is the most important thing. Our real power spikes are going to be around level 12 when we're going to be like hitting those double relics. It's really important to get beats on adapting. It's really important to get beats on Morgan. Get shell on me is definitely going to help us out. I think that fight is going to be way more in our favor. So you can see Phoebes, like I'm super far ahead right now. I have 32 Phoebe stacks. I'm in such a good spot compared to Neil Mark, because he gave up so much farm. So in a dream scenario right now, we're fighting around mid. We're fighting around me. We're fighting around the Zeros. And then we win off that. But yeah, the side lanes are struggling a bit for us right now, because they got those invades whenever Morgan's ult was down. They managed to gain the map pressure whenever, so the good thing for us is we actually managed to get a lot of kills every time Morgan ulted early game, which is how we kind of stayed in this game. Early game at least, it's definitely going to help us out a lot. You can see Morgan is kind of chunking Nilma right here. Mids are coming up. Should definitely try and be around that. I think Vote actually gets ganked. Right now you can see that we don't have any walls in the left jungle, and they're gonna be diving Vote super hard right here. Actually jukes out the Ravana one, which was super good. Aegis is right there, and they're gonna get. He's gonna get absolutely dived. Sucks that his 2 didn't go off. Oh, this is really bad. I remember this. So Morgan misses the 2. Actually, he might have hit that, but anyway. We managed to kill Sap, but after that we don't really get anything. So they kill Zeros and Vote, and we can't really fight this now. So we're just kind of gonna chill back out here. Wukong rotated in as well. So we can't really do anything now. My ult is down, the Dabling's ult is down. That actually makes us really weak, and I think they're gonna get gold through here. You can see Deathwalker is doing the mid camps. I don't think any of us are expecting them to do gold here. So they're actually gonna pull it. Vulcan damage is gonna do a lot here. Belair is zoning out adapting. Terra won't be able to make it in here. I think this is super close though. Like we barely don't steal this. So Nilma is super low. I almost get it with my free. Deathwalker almost gets it as well, but we managed to get the kill there. All right. So they get the gold. It's just bad by us that we don't have any wards, like to an extent, and it's really bad that like I guess you can say that we weren't ready like for that gold as well, that we didn't prioritize being around there, because if Terra's there then we're gonna get that gold fury. So I guess it's bad decision making by us on a lot of fronts right there. We're kind of giving them what we don't want to. Like we're taking these, like they're getting picks, and that's how they win this game. Like they get picks without rotations, and we don't fight around our core. We get out rotated after that and kind of mess up as well. So they have a bunch of objective damage this game, which I think is a really good point. That's why I think SK really liked this Vulcan, because they kind of were some of the first to realize that FG is actually, they managed to steal this blue, which is pretty rough for Deathwalker. And I think he's gonna die here as well. Deathwalker doesn't have his ult up, so he's in a super tough spot. Like his ult barely came up. Missed my hammer as well. Don't think it would have mattered too much, but definitely still not good enough not to hit that hammer. But we should group up. Like I have Shoguns, I have Shell now. We should just take these fights. So they're getting picks in left and right, and they're managing to get objectives off this. It's kind of suicide for me to walk in here, I guess, to like try and seal it. I'm gonna have to build too many relics, and Belair does a good job sorting out there. So they get 2 objectives from us, I guess, kind of playing sloppy. Should have definitely been around. That blue buff wasn't around, so it's really bad by me. Sapman is looking to go ham again, which is kind of bad, but it's not the end of the world. We're 1k gold behind right now. You can see Saps actually managed to take out the purple buff just because he got so much pressure off that one gank. He now has the advantage here. Pushing in the dual lane. Seems they're looking for a dive right here. I get crippled. This is how they can kill me in the cripple. So I realized that I probably have to ult right there, because I don't want to get CC locked by Belair and necessarily like die to Vulcan, because Vulcan is going to have quite a bit of damage right now. Probably, actually, maybe he might not do a lot to me because I have Shoguns. I'm not quite sure. Relic wise, Wukong actually has Ankh, which I really like. Ankh upgraded. Definitely is really good against Terra. Why am I voice cracking so much? It's really, sorry, it's really good against Terra. Just counters ult, like giving more damage taken, and kind of takes away from the damage mitigation you get. So yeah. So let's see here. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see what's gonna happen. Pretty interesting. You can see Deathwalker has a really good wall here. This is risky now though, because we just used all the cooldowns, so we have to get out. We managed to defend the blue though. Morgan is around as well now, but again, we just want to group. I think at the next fight we should realistically take is going to be around the next goal free. We don't really need to fight before that. We just need to group. We have Terra for the team fight. We have Fafnir. We have such a good team fight. If Morgan can get the engage. Sap and Paul are both going to do a bunch of damage, but I think Vulcan is going to be the right target. It's going to be too hard to lock down the kill on Jingwei, and Jingwei can just kind of fly back. Whereas with Paul, he'll definitely die if Morgan gets engaged on that. The way the SK wins the fight is if they interrupt Morgan in her stealth, and that way like kind of CC lock her and kill her off that, or at least get Morgan out of the fight. I don't think our backline is in too big trouble. Hachiman should be able to at least, he might die, but he's going to buy a lot of time. And obviously Morgan should be in a spot where she can get engaged on. We have Pumbas now. Yeah. I think that's like we're in a pretty good spot right now. I think like even though we kind of messed up, which we definitely could have been in a way better spot right now, because if we might have gotten that gold fear, we might have gotten that pyro. We're not too bad of a spot. We managed to farm back up. We're only 900 gold behind now, getting ready for the next gold fear, which is the big concession point. So everyone is in a decent spot. We have Morgan with Boombas. Morgan's gonna be hitting that level 16, which is gonna give her all her points into her free. That's how Zeros maxes Morgan, by getting all the points into her free first. Really utilizing this cooldown reduction he gets from his build. So old cooldown is pretty high, but at this point in the game I don't think it matters too much. Worst case, they can get a pyro, but Morgan won't be up for that either way. So I really like the building path, adapting. He's going all the blades now. We're getting Kins on Hachi, and I think Zap is probably a bit stronger than Volt right now. Maybe not even, because we have Shoguns and Fafnir too. But that's kind of what we have to worry about. Zap might get a lot of damage off this fight. We definitely don't want to get too poked before the fight, but then again we have Terra to heal back up. But yeah, as Agro was talking about right now, the double Terra is definitely going to be a big contributor in this fight. Like, it's going to do so much. So we just scream around this gold now. I think everyone knows this is kind of where the next big swing in the game is going to be. So everyone's really looking for this gold. In left, looks like Kellen's just leeching some farm. Why not? He's one level behind, so he has to get that. All in fairness, though, I think it's good that you're splitting waves at this point into the game. So Zeros is just looking for engages. We probably need better ward vision right now. You can see we have we should probably get a ward in right here. We have a ward right here which they can't sentry, which is actually really good for us. I say that in Sap sentries. We're gonna poke out Belair here. If I remember correctly, he takes so much poke. We have a perfect CC lock there. Morgan's done into Hammer, into Terra too, and we just get a really good poke on him. This is gonna probably force out his TP. I guess Verano split pushing to force someone over. Like, they really want us to take damage from this gold fury, which is also what we can end up doing. We can end up taking a bit too much damage, but you can see Vulcan is. I used my 2 here in Morgan. That's really important because that insta procs Morgan's 2. And that means we just run down Paul. As I said, that's kind of how these fights go. And as soon as we kill Paul, we can just turn on their front line. And that we have so much CC lock with the Fafnir. Belair almost dies here, so now we can just heal up and do the gold fury. But again, like, that's how we want to play the fights. We want to get the engage, get the kill, and then we just want to peel for Vote, basically. So if Vote dies in these fights, it's kind of bad, because the likelihood that we can do objective sword is not too good. Obviously, Dappling has a bunch of damage, so we're going to go for this gold. I think we're going to decide to gamble the gold fury. We do get it somehow. And then we fight here. I think this is a greedy fight. That was such a sick wall by Deathwalker. Misses the one on the wall though, which is unfortunate. But we definitely shouldn't have been taking this fight right now. Now we just need to get out. Like, we need to reset and we need to go for Pyro. But this is like the big misplay this game that kind of gives them a way back in a sense, I guess you can say. So let's see right here. What is going to happen is going to be that Morgan is going to stealth in here to kind of fake the engage. You can see Vod is like looking for it. Vod actually leeches the purple buff and then he dashes the purple buff, and now Cirrus is in all Worlds of Hurts, has to Aegis, and he's going to die here. Sap's going to hit him exactly when it invises. So you get that kill. Vod is taking a bunch of damage right here as well. So they get 1 kill on Cirrus after we won that fight for no reason whatsoever, kinda, and then Vod is looking for the fight right here, where Vod should probably just be running. I think hiding behind the minions is fine, but he's just taking 1 too many basics, and Sap is gonna end up getting the double kill right there, which is super bad for us. It's definitely not what you want from a situation like that. Meanwhile, they actually managed to pull Fire Giant, because it's only Deathwalker and I. While we don't have all the damage in the world, our steal potential is there, I guess. But they decide to go on Deathwalker right here, while Paul's gonna secure the fire from over the wall, which is, I think, is super smart. They secure fire, and I just have to dip now, because there's no way we can do anything. So it's such a big, greedy play by Zeros and Vote. I guess it's kind of unlucky as well, but there's no real need for that. Probably should have emphasized more when it comes to me that we should have just reset and went to Pyro, because this is just us throwing a lead right now. They get Pyro, they get Fire, they get 2 kills, they get our Aegises and stuff, so we're in a pretty good spot off that. So now SK are up. It's not the end of the world again, because it's not enhanced fire. It's not too bad, but it's definitely like this game could have been so much easier looking back. Like we actually make so many mistakes around these objectives. Kind of sucks for us, but we should still definitely win the fights around the tier 2 towers if more can get the engage. I think Paul is still gonna die. Question is gonna be if Sab is gonna do too much damage to the Terra. Sab's gonna do too much damage to me, because Terra's not very tanky right now. I'm really tanky, so I'll probably have to be the one frontlining. I can probably frontline against Sab quite a bit, but over time I will take some damage. Luckily he didn't get the Fire Giant buff. They only have it on... he's probably the person you would want fire on, is Sap right now for the extra damage. But yeah, SK again. They see aggro agrees with me. Hell yeah. They kind of want, like, SK should look to get all the tier 2 towers and then do Only Fury. And then when they get the Only Fury, they should time it so they can pull Fire Giant by the time Only Fury waves are going to push in. That way they can set themselves up for next Fire Giant fight. But I think we should get a really good fight again here. It's hard for them to win these fights against us. It just sucks we had these throws, so we can't really close out the game in the way that we wanted to, in particular. So let's see how this fight is gonna turn out. They get the tower. I think giving up tier 1 is fine. We don't want to chase them like into their tower. We kind of want some more distance. Worst case, Vulcan's can be able to run a long way around. You see Sirius is looking for the flank right here. He's going to be looking for the Vulcan. Vulcan plays super far away to the right as well, which is pretty smart. They probably know that Sirius wants to engage on Paul, so he's just going to play super far back. Make sure that's not going to happen. But when they do it like this, they can't really push either. I don't think adapting is ever going to lose the 1v1 against Ravana in right either. So that's kind of not a good thing to split by Ravana either. I don't think that's going to buy him too much. Maybe if Belair goes in here and harasses him, that's pretty good for them to an extent. Because now Kenneth might actually take some poke in this fight. But you can see adapting is going to win this fight against Sam any time of the week here. He's going to get his passive and then he's just going to start slapping him. So again, like, Adam's going to take poke, but he's never going to die to Ravana in that 1v1. If Ravana commits, he's going to die, the Raven. So I don't think that's the right choice by them. I think they need to have Ravana scouting for more, again, really looking for that engage def that. But Sirius goes in here. The walls are good, but they actually also does. Sirius can't get the engage. But Belair stays in there for way too long. I Fafnir ult the Vulcan ult because I'm not taking that. Again, getting the 2 and more again is really good. You can see it does so much damage. Almost catch Jing mid-air, but Belair kind of really missped that fight. They do get the tier 2 in right, and I think they're actually going to push the Phoenix. Do they push a Phoenix? Yeah, I think they might get a Phoenix. So we're going to counter push. I think this is too late now. Anyway, Kenna might go in here. Nope. Yeah, they get the Phoenix, so we're going to try and get the tier 2. Only Fury is obviously spawning as well. Gets such a good knock up right here, Sap, which is really bad by us that no one has a water around there. So they managed to get back now as well, and I'm not even sure if we can do this tower. We managed to get the tower, but we do lose the Phoenix. So we get the pick, but then we don't do that. Like, that's not good for us at all, because they can actually pull Only Fury off this as well, which gives them such a good way into Fire Giants, because we'll have only Fire Waves to defend, and we'll have only waves in left and mid, and left is already pushed up really far. So this sets them up pretty well. I guess they wanna resume. Press resume. So again, another map misplay from us. I think this game, a set against SK, just kind of showed that our drafting was probably way better than theirs. Like our understanding on the meta, but SK's map play was way better than ours. Like they were a more seasoned team, that the better experience. We're still kind of in the build-up phase at this point. So while we have the right understanding on how to play, like draft-wise, SK definitely were the superior team compared to like map play right here. That's what they, I think, are really, really good at in general. The way they play Vulcan and stuff and just do objectives is super strong. Anyway, FG's up. Def has to defend the Oni wave. There's going to be an Oni wave in mid. I'm solo clearing right now. So they should just kind of insta-pull fire and lure someone in right now. They take it way too slow. Belair is not going to be here. This means, I think the next wave is the Oni wave, actually. So Def Walker is going to do that. But they should be here like 20 seconds ago starting this Fire Giant SK. They're going to get the Pyromancer from it, but what does that really mean? Like, they could have done so much more with the Sony Furies. I kind of dislike the way that they played this. They should have just thrown a tank on fire with Jingwei and Paul, and then had 2 people zoning. Even Paul's third, and just Paul can kind of try and zone as well. But we managed to get all the Oni waves, which is not a bad spot for us at all. We force out Jing all the way as well. It's a win for SK, Agro was saying. I'm not sure if I think that's a win for SK in particular. I think that's probably like equals, because like this actually means we can get the engage on Sapman now that Sap doesn't have ult, which is pretty bad for SK. Paul has a lot of damage right now with the Soul Viewer and Shard. We're just kind of trying to get some wards up right here. They're looking for a flank, which is pretty smart knowing we don't know they're in there. I could be in trouble right here, get the Magi's of Sam, and I'm gonna try and go back and peel for vote. We're in a bit of a pickle here. They're gonna all in on their Fogger right here, and he's gonna die. He's gonna get blown up. They did use quite a few ults on that, and the Ank as well. So that's rough. We weren't in position for that at all. They're gonna pull fire now. I don't think they can really do this. It takes too long to do fire. You can see they're struggling right now. Seer's gonna get the engage on Sap. Sap is gonna be literally 1 hit right here. So Sap's gonna get out. Barely. Really good dukes by Saps. I'm with Vote. We're killing Nilma. And then Seer's does a really sick play here. Basically just comes back in and kills Sap. Lazy backing, which is super good. There we go. Yoink. Seer's does get the kill there. Super good. Well played. So we managed to disrupt them. We get the Fire Giant engaged right before the Firewalls comes up, which is super lucky. And then Sapman just takes a bunch of damage from Fire and more again. Yeah. That's really good for us. Like, they use so much on Terra that they can't really peel too well. Everyone is kind of at risk. Even Wukong is at risk, because that thing's going to do so much damage with the way he's building right now. He has Bloodforge as well now, so he's definitely going to be scary. We hold off. Our Phoenix is coming up, so we're in a super good spot right now. We know we're gonna winning these team fights. We just need good wards up. We need our ults back up, and then we'll definitely be able to take these fights around here. And they should all be in our favor. Alrighty, let's see here. Sam just jumping around. He's happy, unhappy. Who knows? Pushing in right. Vote is just holding the last fire waves. A bit risky right now with the way we're positioning. Terra had to go again and push out the wave just to make sure nothing happened. I get Sam's Magi's again. I think Sam is kind of playing that far up, because if Sam doesn't have Magi's, he can actually get engaged on by Morgan, which is a spot he doesn't want to be in. Because getting Sam as well would be a really big pick for us. I think we can kind of run down Sam as well. But not if he has Magi's, obviously. Sap is looking for a red buff here. This is one thing SK did really well against us, and one thing I think is super underrated is just like invading these red buffs. They probably want wards more so than anything, because Sap might be looking for a rotation here, looking to one someone and knock them up, which is a very nice play by him. It's definitely worth it having wards on other sides on the map, even if you're doing FG, because maybe you can send your jungler to sneak the red buff or something. You can see Sirius goes for the engage on Sam, not that he doesn't have Magi's, but he manages to backflip. I think that's what the ability is called, the initial engage, and we actually don't get anything off that. Alright. FG is getting set up right here. We got a Terra wall. Morgan's looking for the engage, but can't really find it right here. Gonna back out, so we're just getting ward vision up, trying to do what Morgan does best right now. You can see they're playing so far back. What we should be doing right now is just poking off Fafnir hammers. We should just try and poke the front line. We win these fights if Morgan gets engaged. If we can poke them out and force their backline to come in closer, it's gonna be really good for us. I think at this point in the game right now, I'm kind of calling that Sap is probably gonna go in solo gold. So we're gonna pull this fire now, if I remember correctly. Because like, oh yeah, Sap is probably gonna pull gold right now because it just spawned. That would be the natural thing to do. That would be my qualifier at Jingwei on my team mode, because Jingwei doesn't really die 2-1. So they're looking for the pick now. Now Sap is coming back over. He gets red, but they don't get gold, which is just a little nice play. Just pull that fire, because Sap might be on that. Build-wise, I've Shell, Sprint, Spirit Rope's gonna help me out against the CC lock, which is the only way I die, really. Soft, Thebes, Shoguns, all team items, relics as well. One thing I could do right here is actually get Gem of ISO because they don't have a sprint. I think that would be super strong. Imagine like Bakasura, Hachiman slows or something. Hachiman old slows, Bakasura old slows. That would be super strong. I know Baka old slows, but like his actually basic attacks, like the AoE basic attack slows. That would be super sick. They have a huge left wave. I think their fog got fucked up, like in left, because that's not how it's supposed to go. They're gonna push in. You can see Adapting is actually gonna back and try and get this wave. It's a bit risky. Don't know if it's worth it to like be in a spot like that. Most of the times what happens is if there's a really big wave that pushes in like right here, and they actually do manage to get the tower, usually you'll get the next big wave. So let's see what's gonna happen. Adapting is gonna clear out that wave, and then he's gonna dip back towards the fire giant. Hell yeah, we didn't lose the tower. See, we're playing really far up now. We're getting really good wards in, and we're just being patient. Like, one really thing I think that happens a lot in ranked and stuff is that people think they have to rush things. If you think you have the better late game, like you in lower competitive play as well, if you think you have the better late game, eventually the other team is going to make a mistake. You don't have to force the issue all the time. Like, you can just wait for them to make that one mistake, and then you really gotta capitalize on it. There's no reason to take the risk of a bad fight when you can just wait for them, because eventually the enemies are gonna get impatient. They know that they have the worst late game. They know that they have to do something, and they're gonna make that mistake. Which, if you're positioned correctly, you can take that. We actually recouped 3k gold in like the past few minutes, so they're gonna try and all in Death Walker, which is really bad because he's around the wall. They do get him, but they use so much for it. So I guess it's not too bad actually. Yeah, I was in base, alright. So that's good by them. But they used a lot. Like, that kind of shows how much they need to do. Let's see here. They're gonna go on me now. I'll get this done on the Nirmal engagement right there. Make sure I can get out. Sam goes in. You can see Sirius gets this massive engage right here. Managed to get out the Herald as well. And now Adapting just goes ham and gets a Quadra, which is absolutely beautiful. Almost dies. I'm gonna go in right here. See if you can get it here. I may or may not steal this kill. To be fair, Adapting would have gotten that kill regardless. Anyway, we can end the game now. We can go through mid. And yeah, I think we should just be able to end here. Like, we have 2 basic attack guard. We have Fafnir with them. The Hachiman 2. It's definitely really good. Small minor players that vote maybe could have used his 2. It's closer. But I think Adapting is kept out on attack speed anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. And there you go. And after the shell, we're just gonna end. That's kind of it. That's kind of how this game's go. Hell yeah. This game was really sloppy. Like, we made so many mistakes. High five. Look, we're happy. I'm like, hell yeah, Kenneth. You got a Quadra. We fucked them up, dude. He's happy. I'm happy. Everyone's happy. Look at our jerseys now. So different. Now we have Smile Direct Club. We got the Sheets sponsorship. Okay, time to stop selling out. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I think we made like a lot of mistakes in general around. Let's see if we can get the post scoreboards up right here. I think they're gonna come in right here, so you guys can see the builds, the goal scores, and everything. I went Gem of ISO last. Again, I recognize they don't have a sprint. I think this is a very well-rounded build. You have like a lot of health, you have a lot of protection, you have all your CCR, Silk boots late game. You can probably get even like a Pyfax piece. You can get Emperor's armor because it's pretty hard to siege. There's so many opportunities, which is why I really like Fafnir as well, because it feels so free to get your Phoebes, and once you get your Phoebes, you can get your Shoguns, and then you're just in such a good spot when it comes to like your build. If you get Soft and Spirit Rope, then your last 2 items can kind of be whatever you want to buy. But yeah, pretty good game. Just builds, and then we'll do the damage numbers, which are here. Let's see, actually 9k damage. Did more than death though. Just tanky, beefy frontliner. Obviously, Vote did a bunch of damage. ADCs, hell yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please give me any feedback while I'm dying, talking too much. Yeah, any feedback. I'll try and do these kind of regularly. I don't know how many times a week. I definitely have some catching up to do, I guess. because I haven't done it. We're 5 games in now. I think it's like May 7th I'm recording this. So yeah, feedback, lighting, microphone, audio levels. Is there any way I can improve this? Anything, just please leave it down below. This is kind of a test run of my whole new setup as well. Obviously it went kind of wrong that the whole first recording just didn't get recorded, but at least now it should still be recording. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this episode 1 of In Hindsight, this season 6 Pittsburgh Knights vs SK Gaming game 1. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, press the bell. Until next time everyone, peace out.